So inside of our Springboard here, what we can actually do is we can start adding in our icons and our folders. However, for the purposes of this project, I'm going to add a little bit of modularity into this system here, and I'll show you what I mean by that. So inside of root, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a configuration constant here, and we're going to just write this. So ID1 name is going to be work. I'll probably put this on one line. And then let's just copy this one and do it 4 times. So the second one will be productivity, and this one will be social, and this one will be education. So we're specifically specifying a unique ID for each of them because using an index is technically a bad idea. And what we're going to do is we are going to be passing these into the Springboard. So Springboard folders equals folders like so. And inside of our Springboard over here, we're going to get the folders from here like so. And then inside of our wrapper, we can do folders.map, and then let's just say folder. And then what we're going to do here is we'd include the folder component, but we don't have that yet. So instead, let's just create a div and let's just make it show folder on the page like that. So now that we've done that, let's have a look at our page. And if you can see here, it says the word folder 4 times in really small text there. We can probably zoom that in a little bit. So we have these 4 here. Obviously, that's not exactly what we want right now. But now let's start adding in the actual folders themselves. So what we're going to do is inside of Springboard, because we are using folder strictly inside of Springboard, we create it inside of there as well. We do folder.js. I'm going to create this file real quick. And let's also create an index.js file. So now we've got this file, so index.js import and export folder. We've got our folder here, and we are going to be importing this here as well. So now instead of doing this, we're going to do folder, and we're going to specify a key, which is going to be folder.id, and let's do this way. So now you see we have 4 big H1s that say folder, and the reason for that is because we have an H1 inside of here. So now what we're going to do inside of our folder is, if you notice in the original example here, all of them have the icons of Facebook, Messenger, and WhatsApp. So that's kind of something which we've set in stone. It's not something that I wanted to add in terms of configuration for the scope of this project. It is something that you can customize and do on your own. But for now, we are using the same 3 icons across the project. So I'm going to grab these from my other folder over here. So I've got folder, and I'm just going to paste in these 3 icons. Now you can get these on the internet quite easily. I just named them quite consistently to be Facebook-logo.png, Messenger-logo.png, and WhatsApp-logo.png. So you can pretty much just do the same thing like that. And now what we're going to do is inside of here, let's start putting in this whole thing together. So first and foremost, we need to import styled components. So import styled from styled components, and we're going to do const wrapper as always, styled.div. And inside of this div here, we are actually not going to be adding that many styles. But first and foremost, let's do align items center, display flex, and we are going to do flex flow column no wrap, and we're going to do user select none to prevent it from being selected. We're also going to add hover cursor pointer, which allows us to have the pointer cursor when we hover over it. Pretty self-explanatory. So now we're going to do a wrapper here like this. And inside of this wrapper, we are going to be including some stuff. So first and foremost, let's get the folder that we pass in. So firstly, let's pass in a folder prop here. So folder equals folder. And inside of here, we are going to be taking that folder prop. And inside of our wrapper, we're going to do folder name and then folder.name like so. So now that we've done that, let's also define folder name here as well. And folder name is relatively simple. It's just style.span, and we're going to write color white. And let's also do margin top 0.5 rem. So just a little bit of margin on the top. And on top of folder name here, we are going to do folder icons. And folder icons, we're going to do inside of here, app icon src equals Facebook logo. And yes, I am going to be including all of these. And this one's going to be Messenger logo. And this one's going to be WhatsApp, the lowercase a logo. So the reason I do lowercase a is because I don't really have a hyphen there. So I think it makes sense. It's consistent that way. So we're going to go here and write import Facebook logo from /Facebook-logo.png. And we can write the same thing for the other ones. So this one here is going to be Messenger. And this one here is going to be WhatsApp. So now we also have folder icons, which we need to define. So on top of folder name here, we're just going to do const folder icons is equal to style.div once again. And we are going to do background color, and we're going to add a shade of half transparent white. So we're going to do that. And then border radius 1 rem, box sizing border box, display grid template columns, repeat 1FR. So now that we've got that, let's also define app icon. So const app icon equals style.img. So it's going to be an image, and we are going to do border radius 0.25 rem. Height is going to be auto, and width is going to be 100%. So the reason we use width 100% is because this will automatically figure out what size this app icon should be. And then we just do width 100% to kind of fill that up. So now that we've got that, let's have a look at our page, and it should be working. So we do have it on the page, and it is quite huge. Let's see what it normally looks like. So it looks like this right now. So the reason it doesn't look perfect yet is because of a couple things. First and foremost, inside of our Springboard, we need to specify display grid on this as well, because obviously we have quite a few on each line. So first and foremost, display grid, and we're going to do grid gap 1.25 rem, 1 rem, and grid template columns, we're going to do repeat for 1FR. So now that we've done that, let's also add in some padding as well. So padding of 2 rem like that. Now let's save and let's have a look at our page. And we've got our icons here like that, but it still doesn't look exactly like what we want it to be. So the reason for that is because inside of folder here, I actually forgot to add something here, which is we're going to add a width of 5 rem and a height of 5 rem here as well. So now that we've done that, if we go back into Google Chrome, you'll notice we have these here like that, and it's looking pretty good already, which is kind of close to the original, although slightly different. So this one has a zoom of 110, and this one is not zoomed at all, 110. So these should be the same. But for some reason, this one appears wider than this one. So the reason it appears wider is probably because of box sizing. So we just need to add box sizing border box onto the Springboard here. So now let's have a look at that again. And you'll notice that now it is the same width, but we do have the icons being too big. And the reason for that is twofold. First and foremost, there is no padding around the outside. And secondly, there is no grid gap. So we're going to add both of those in. So here inside of folder icons, we're going to do padding 0.5 rem, and we're also going to be doing a grid gap of 0.25 rem as well. So now that we've done that, inside of Google Chrome here, you'll notice that it looks exactly the same as our React iOS Springboard demo.